So it's Monday, January 6th, 2020, and the first Foxy Games UK video of the new year and decade. I'm still feeling the sting of 2019 since I've been suffering with a bad case of the flu for more than a week now, but I couldn't leave the channel dormant any longer, so please bear with me. I'm also moving to another property at the end of this month, though I am organising things in a way that limits disruption to the channel during the transition. Still, woes aside, it's a huge welcome back to all Foxy Games UK new and existing subscribers. So in today's news video it's a bit of an update and some PS5 clarification. So it's getting increasingly difficult to take many of these so-called insiders, well, not actually insiders, more like YouTubers claiming to have access to insiders. Now, I don't doubt that perhaps one or two have legitimate information sources, though I can tell you most are just bottom feeders. But you can just tell from the sequence of videos that they publish. For example, a headline will pop up something like PS5 has a 9.2 T-flop GPU and has no listing for ray tracing that can be found. So now a barrage of videos and tweets ensue and flood the net. PS5 $399 to battle Xbox Series X at $500. Fine. Now, following that 9.2 T-flop headline, another leak will surface, this time that PS5 is not 9 T-flops, but far more closer to Xbox SX power. And yet another barrage of videos will hit the net from the very same people. Now, the only consistency is the amount of flip-flopping in these videos, and that should really tell you all you need to know, and that is 99.9% of these YouTubers don't actually know anything or anybody regarding PlayStation 5. The icing on the cake is, I'm not in the habit of name dropping, but yeah, it jars me that Johnny-come-latelys to the PlayStation 5 news are trying to take credit for PlayStation 5 back compat. News that preceded any claim they wish to make by more than a year. Now, I'm sorry, but there are just too many disingenuous YouTubers who only care about the headline that's going to get them their precious ad revenue. And I don't begrudge anyone making money, but if that's your only purpose here, then I'm sorry, but you are a fraud. I was painfully embarrassed watching all of this play out over the holidays. I can't tell you the amount of times I caught myself shaking my head at these people. In fact, I can't bring myself to watch a lot of these YouTube channels anymore. And I'm not even going to attempt to tell you what to watch. That is your concern. But what you should at least look for is consistency in what is being relayed to you by the individual. If someone claims they have the scoop, the breaking news, and then conclude the video with take it with a pinch or grain of salt, or the very next video seems contradictory to the last, then you know these people are indeed frauds and bottom feeders. They know nothing and are lying in the hope that there is some semblance of truth to the rumour or leak, that they can maintain their false cloak of credibility. Well, I have news for you. They will get caught, and they often do, because the lie spirals out of control and it gets bigger and out of hand, the more convoluted it becomes as they scramble left and right to mitigate the damage, usually by pointing the finger at someone else. Now, in terms of this channel, this year I'm focusing on building the Foxy Games UK brand, which really means I have to consider very carefully when and who I choose to work with. And I'm not here to mentor, and I'm not here to do YouTubers favours. There is a passion, yes, but it's also a business, something I take very seriously. Therefore, everything I do from this point has to make sense. Now, in terms of PlayStation 5 news, I am sticking with what I have consistently been saying. Nothing to my knowledge has changed drastically enough to relay otherwise. You won't catch me hopping to a different headline every other day or video. Just, that means I know as much as you do, and I'm only here just changing the narrative to suit my, false credibility. So, nothing has really changed drastically enough for me to relay otherwise, and I won't pretend that I know all the answers for the sake of a few quid in ad revenue. Sony Interactive Entertainment, to my knowledge, are pushing the PS5's overall power to exceed 10 T-flops, which I was consistently saying from the very beginning, sticking with around 11.6 T-flops when all components are considered. Not just the Navi GPU, not just the Zen CPU, not just the RAM, the GDDR6 RAM bandwidth, not just the bespoke ray tracing solution developed in tandem with AMD but not exclusively AMD. Well, some way to explain why the leakers have not found ray tracing references within the GPU configuration, because that information is old. I've already mentioned this many times, where Sony were going to produce a separate chip to handle ray tracing. I already said that, and it may be sort of a chiplet design on the GPU that feeds off of the GPU in close relation to the GPU, but not necessarily part of the GPU actual build and makeup. I already mentioned that the PlayStation 5 may come with two separate cooling solutions, a rather small fan which is going to be relatively silent, and obviously the main fan for the main motherboard with the GPU cooling. It's going to be a APU situation where the CPU and the GPU are one. They are not discrete parts. So yeah, I already mentioned that many, I can't tell you how many months and months ago, that there would be a two-chip solution regarding the GPU and ray tracing, and now people are saying it for themselves because it can't be found in the GPU configuration by this leaker. Go figure. Now, at the end of the day, people will believe in people, not necessarily the facts, and that's the dangerous part. I'm not entirely convinced that many of these YouTubers jumping rather late onto the PlayStation 5 bandwagon have your best interests in mind, particularly if they're prepared to backtrack so easily, to U-turn so easily, or completely 180 on everything they've just said as soon as a next so-called leak is posted to Pastebin, Reset Era, or other sites. Now ask yourself, is that the type of individual that you'd be happy to place your confidence in? Let me know in the comments, and I absolutely promise not to take it with a pinch of salt. Well, what say you? Go ahead, sound off, share your thoughts and opinions on today's video, because that unfortunately brings us to the end of another video. But let's continue the discussion cordially in the comments, and for all your current and next gen news updates, rumour and rampant speculation, hit the like button, spread the word and keep it locked to Foxy Games UK. Remember, all relevant links for applicable can be found in this video. Subscribe to Foxy Games UK, remember to hit the notification bell so you never miss content, thumbs up if you like it here, and help us reach more like-minded gamers simply by sharing the video. Consider supporting Foxy Games UK via Patreon, and or grab yourself a Foxy Games UK branded t-shirt or hoodie available in various colours and designs. You'll find both links in this video description. Appreciate the support. That concludes our time together today. It was fun hanging out. I'm still ill, but I'm back on the mend, and you can expect videos consistently going forward. Until the next video, remember, play games, not corporations. Thanks for watching.